Alrighty, I believe they can hear us. If they can't hear us, they're going to let us know in chat. If they can hear us, they're not going to let us know, and they're just going to say, hey, guys, how we doing? In chat. So, appreciate you all for being here. For those of you who know, this is the Predcast. This is a show where we talk all things Predecessor and give you updates of the things that we've been updated on. Henceforth, my girl is back. And, hey, guys in chat, perfect. There we go. So, let's do our introductions and then get right into it. This is episode 64. So excited to be here for this one. But let's go with our guest here, Johnny Rockets, and then we'll go Pinzo, F6, then myself. And I hope you have a good one. Let's go, Jockets. Johnny Rockets. Yeah. Jockets. I don't know why. I called you Jockets. That's what I'm going to call you from now on.
Yeah, dude, that's okay, man. I'm the man with many names, dude.
All right.
My name's Johnny Rockets. I play in a 2 in rock band, but I'm not doing that. I'm sitting in this chair, streaming Predecessor over on Twitch at Johnny Rockets TTV. That's what I do, man. Play music and play video games. That's kind of my thing.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
He's also an early morning streamer because
that's why he talked to you to talk to me. That's because I never see this guy live.
Yeah. He's up at leisure hours.
Yeah, we're degens over here, man.
All right. Pinzo.
Understandable.
Also a morning streamer.
I'm not really a morning streamer.
All right.
Noon.
All right. I mean, that's still work days. That's still work hours for me. Like I don't get to see you stream much either. The good news is for you, you stream into like when I get home. I'm able to see you when I get home. So,
I start at 2 Eastern, which is 12 my time. So I don't know. It's not like I feel like it's not too.
I still working.
Hours.
I mean, I'm in.
It is during the workday. Yeah, most of my viewers are like, bro, I'm at work right now. They think I'm doing stuff. But, I'm not. Watching the stream. I'm like, here.
I had somebody. All right, go ahead, Pinzo. I'll tell you when I get it.
I'm Pinzo. You guys can find me on Predcast or Pinzo on all my socials. I stream almost daily. I do YouTube every day, all that kind of stuff. So you know how it goes.
Nice.
Knows how it goes. It's your boy F6. You catch me over here on Predcast, casting at the PCC or my random streams because it's casting season, and yeah, I don't get to stream a lot. But other than that, you catch me on socials, but not really because I'm an old man and I don't answer anything. So good luck with that.
Speaking of socials, like I made a post about Terra coming out. I'm like, my girl is back. I can't wait. And 2 people commented under it, and I never got a notification for it. Windu commented under it, and I got a notification for it, and that's how I saw that other people were talking under this post. I'm like, oh wait, my stuff's actually getting comments. Like, so it makes me wonder, like, have I just been avoiding my, like, I mean, people might be like, hey, I try to talk to you, but like nothing, you never reply. So I don't know how that works. I'm a boomer. Like, I don't know why I'm not getting notifications. Like, right.
Muted words or something like that in the reply, it won't ping.
I mean, it was nothing. I don't think it was muted words. Like, I don't know. I'll look it up while we're talking. But
because I had one the other day. Sockcap responded to one of my posts, and his said his tweet, his response, or his comment or whatever said, "Aren't you a minor? I thought you were like 15."
Oh,
and like that got muted because it had the word minor in it. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, so our boy Trev Games commented under mine because I said, I'm finally getting my girl back. Let's go. He commented, our girl, all caps.
Ooh.
Like nothing muted there. And then another one of our partners, Paperclip, says, we sharing now? And Windu commented with the gift saying, she's all yours, and so I mean I thought it was hilarious, but I mean these are things I wasn't able to interact with because I didn't notice it until Windu commented. And like these are things like, why wouldn't I get that? So
boys, Terra gets around. Holy shit.
Nah, Twitter just hides lots of replies for various reasons. They have like filters for something. I don't know. Yeah, it was weird, Crashy. Crashy, welcome to the show, though. Thanks for hanging out. But anyways, for myself here, what's going on, everybody? Is I, the people of North Michigan Wonder, excited to be here. Episode 64. We got my girl back. I'm excited to talk about Terra, and I want to know your guys, what you guys think about her kit. But before we get into that, let's get to know Johnny Rockets here for a little bit. Johnny, you said that you were in a band, and then you also said you stream on Twitch, but you stream like early in the morning. While you're streaming, obviously you're playing Predecessor because you wouldn't be on the show if you didn't play Predecessor, right? I'm not saying that's all your streams, but I'm saying that's like one of the games you're streaming. But do you stream music at all, like while you're streaming? Do you play? Do you get the guitar?
That's no. So I'm a drummer.
Okay. My bad.
That's kind of.
I assumed. My bad.
Yeah, it's all good, dude.
Jeez, I can't believe you assumed my instrument. 2024. You can't assume anything now.
Honestly, my plan is to actually like live stream live shows. Like I'm gonna set up a camera behind my kit.
Okay.
Like while we're on tour. But right
Nice.
now I'm just at home. We're on a tour right now, so I'm streaming Predecessor, dude.
Nice.
So that's kind of my thing.
Nice. I'm gonna have to send you. I have to go back and find it. But I found a video on TikTok of this guy. It said his drumsticks were drunk, is what it said. And he's playing. He's a drummer, and he was playing, and they put one drumstick down on like the. I'm not a music guy, right? This is the metal top hat thing, and he's sitting there and he's rocking one drumstick on that, and he's making it like do this thing, and he's playing. I'm like, and he's playing with the other one, and he's doing. I'm like, how the fuck? I don't even have the coordination to play Predecessor. That's why I'm still bronze. Like this guy's over here doing this shit with the fucking drumsticks and shit. I'm like, it was insane. So I'll send it to you. I'll let you comment on it. But great thing. All right. So how far back do you know about these Parazombies? Did you play Paragon?
Oh, dude, I played the heck out of Paragon, dude.
Okay. All right. So our original question that we always ask our guests, who was your favorite hero to play as?
Dude, my main in Paragon was Kalari, dude.
All right. So we need a new guest. How do we get a guest on here? So we
fair, I can't stand her in Predecessor. So
all right. That's trying to save. Yeah, there we go. All right. So all right. So who was your least favorite hero to play against, and why was it Kalari?
I mean, obviously it was Kalari because of that alt, dude. I mean, to get a kill here in the map, I'm all for.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, like you mean worse in Paragon?
Yeah. In Paragon, who is your least one to play against? Like, who is like, I can't stand playing against this hero?
Dude, it's always gonna be Chimera, dude. Chimera hurts me, dude. I don't know what it is, but he just loves.
Well, I mean, as a Kalari squishy main, like, yeah, that would,
dude,
yeah.
I was his favorite, dude. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say Chimera, dude.
Now, of the Parazombies, did you get to play the other ones that were out for a little bit, or was Predecessor the only one that you dipped your toe in?
I dipped my toes in a little bit of Fault when I first came out, because like I was so excited. I'm like, finally the game's back. But then to me, Fault was ass, so then I just stopped playing. And then I didn't play anything until Predecessor. So
okay, so you didn't even touch PTO then?
I played it literally like maybe weeks before it closed.
Okay.
Before it went down. Yeah.
All right. Let me guess. You played Fault weeks before it closed too?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it was another heartbreak. Yeah.
Johnny Rockets might be the curse, guys. Just so you know, Johnny.
Probably, dude. Probably. I'm coming for Predecessor next, dude.
Oh God.
No. Bye.
All right. So, what type of music are you doing? You said you're on tour, so what type of music do you and your band play?
We're old school rock mixed with a little sprinkle of modern rock, but we're hair guys.
Okay. Okay. So for me, there's classic rock, there's like alternative rock, there's rock, and then there's like metal, and then there's screamo. Like, where would you rank yourself into those?
We're a mix of old school rock with rock / alternative rock, if that makes sense.
Okay.
We're in the ballpark. Yeah.
All right. So you don't do any of the screamo stuff. I can listen to you.
No screamo.
All right.
No.
The screamo. I don't like listening to it. I'm like, I don't know why. What's the point of this? So okay.
It's a little much. Yeah.
I do enjoy a good rock session though. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what made you get into streaming? Were you streaming Paragon?
No, dude. I've been streaming for maybe a year now. So it was literally just an idea because like we have a pretty decent fan base with the music. So I was like, why don't I bring this over to Twitch? So and I did that, and super grateful. I got my affiliate in like 5 months.
Nice.
And I went from there, dude. It's been fun.
Hell yeah.
I'm having
there you
a great
go.
time.
Okay. All right. Well, now let's get into some Predecessor and some information that we got from our good old friends at Ometa Studios. Ranked is now opened up for 3 days. We are now going to have rank open tomorrow. Again, EU time and NA time, NA East time, and then Saturday and Sunday. So the Saturday and Sunday time, well, the time slots are the exact same, if I'm correct, right? So Saturday and Sunday don't change, but now we're adding Thursday, but the same exact time slots in Thursday. So that means what, 3 p.m. on Thursday to 11 p.m. on Thursday for NA East? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm excited for it, right? Because I finally get one day. I get one day to play some ranked. I'm like, hey, I can actually play some ranked now.
I'm there with you, man. Yeah.
But, okay, but are you there with me? Are you able to play? Like, you're a morning gamer. Like, you're not. This is not the morning time frame. Are you going to be able to get some games in, or?
Well, usually I stream from like Monday to Thursday, so like I wasn't even be able like to touch ranked, right?
Right.
But I could make it happen now, dude. I'm gonna make it happen.
Okay. All right.
Because I haven't even played ranked yet, so
I haven't either. I haven't touched it. So I do know there are people out there, like we have our good old friend Soul Reaper in chat, who has been, on the, table screaming and clawing, wanting it to be open 24/7. And I'm not saying that it shouldn't be. I'm just saying, for me personally, I'm happy that I'm finally getting a day to play. I know Soul Reaper's had chance to play both the iterations that have been out there, that one Saturday, the Saturday and Sunday last week. And I don't know how it is. So I want to ask you, I mean, Johnny, you didn't get a chance to play yet either. So this is all for Pinzo and F6. The second time around, I don't think there was any changes, but did it feel different? Did it feel better? Now that we've had more time into it, are we enjoying it more? Are we actually enjoying it less? What are your guys' thoughts on ranked with the 2 days open?
My games were terrible this last weekend. I don't know. Well, I will say, I found out just more on how the rank system works, and I found this out through testing. This isn't I have not confirmed this with Ometa, but I can tell you confidently this is how it works. You have a behind the scenes MMR. The way that it works is the exact same as Smite. You just aren't shown your MMR number.
Okay.
So when everyone starts, you're bronze 1 or bronze 3 or whatever, bottom bronze, but your MMR is really gold. That is the way that it works. And I know that because I lost about 8 games in a row, and instead of gaining 35 VP per win, I started gaining 22 because my internal MMR started hitting where my actual rank was. That's the way that it works. If your MMR is way higher than your actual shown rank, you'll gain a bunch because it'll boost you up to where your MMR is, and it gets you there faster. It's kind of like the replacement for placement matches. And so that is how it works. I figured that out after losing a million games in a row. Sunday was creature hours. I don't know if anyone else ran into the same thing, but Sunday was just, it was borderline unplayable for me. It was wild.
Okay, can you explain creature hours? What do you mean? You mean
just, my games were full of crayon eaters. It was
crayon eaters. Yeah.
all sock caps.
I don't have a better description for the players in my games on both teams. It wasn't even just my team. It was both teams, and it was even on even comparing it to just Saturday, the day before, it was drastically different. And I don't know what happened, but it was
I'll tell you what happened.
It was weirdly different. So my games were I don't know. It was just it was a shit show. And then to top it all off, I'm 4 VP off of the leaderboard. I'm pissed. I'm rank 108. I'm 4 VP off of rank 100. I was so mad.
Man.
Yeah, my 8-game loss streak might have something to say about that.
That might have something to say about that.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, that's what I peaked at.
So do you think all the good players went to church, and that's why Sunday was all creature players?
If F6 has a reason, dude, I'll hear him out. It was, Saturday's games were pretty similar to the previous Saturday's games, in my opinion. It was okay, at this point, I'm playing against another good 2-stack, like most games, and then I have 3 randoms on my team, and they have 3 randoms on their team. That's kind of how it goes. Sunday was just I mean it's indescribable.
Well, the Sunday one is because most people like that's their relaxed day, right? Like usually on Saturdays, they're either going out like on dates or like doing other stuff, right? Going to touch
Sunday fun
grass.
day, dude.
Right. But I don't even think it's just that. I think it's the level 20 because I think every single match except like 2 or 3, and I'll even pull up my Meta City link to show you guys. But I had one player just completely just not build the character correctly. I'm talking about like I had a Sparrow with Typhoons and what was it? I would have to look again, but it was something outrageous. I think it was like Fist of Razul. That's what it was.
Oh
That's
shit!
gotta be that's gotta be
Dude.
OP.
I wish it was OP. I was hoping.
Wow.
I was hoping.
Please
and
tell
then
me you
that's
got
about it.
something new.
And I mean, like there was a Feng Mao with like Sky Splitter, Tainted Round, Equinox. I don't know what that was going on. He was like, I'm not doing any damage. I was like, I wonder why. And then I had, oh my god, this was the worst one probably. I had a Grim with Flux Matrix, and I just almost lost it. But anyways, I think it's actually the level just disparity and the fact that I think you have to be gold 3 or something to finally stop playing with bronze 3. And I think it needs to be a tighter end like lock in for like who you get to play against. Because if I reach silver,
I will say, contrary to that, I was talking to Import about it, and Import said that at gold 2, gold 1, he was sitting in like 40-minute queues. So like as of now, like if you lock it too tight, it's gonna be like no one's gonna get queues.
no, I understand that. What I'm saying is like they like overall, like that's one of the problems. Like you're not reaching a level to not play with them. But yes, I do understand like if they tighten it more, it's going to lead to a problem with the queue. But there's also like a bunch of other stuff. But I don't want to get into that because we've already dived into what we think they should do with rank. But I think that's also one of the things. So like you never really stop playing with bronze until you're like up there in like gold. So
Yeah. Well, I know you said you don't want to dive into it, but I'll just real quickly, I'll even reiterate the point you made last week, and I do agree with it. I believe that your issue, like you said, it needs to be tighter. I don't think it actually does need to be tighter. I think it's literally just the starting spot. I think if they would have started, instead of you starting everybody at bronze 3s, actually start them at, silver or gold, gold 1 or whatever, the bottom of gold and the top of silver, somewhere in there, to give you at least a floor to drop down to for those players that are going to drop, and then allow you to climb, the players that are going to climb, to give them that time. I think that that range is fine. I think you because you have those people that are going to drop out of that spot to where you won't play with them. Right now, you have to climb even higher to not play with those players.
Well,
they can sit there and not play there. It doesn't matter.
For me, it depends. I don't know if their matchmaking is looking at your visible rank or if it's looking at your internal MMR for matchmaking. Because if it's looking at your internal MMR, you can definitely drop, right? Like, so I'm not sure what it looks at.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That would be good information to get from a meta, like like when they kind of. I know that they're supposed to be doing a blog at some time or whatever. Like
I would love, like a deeper dive into the way that it works.
Something that explains how what they're what matchmaking is going off of. Because if it's going off of the MMR and or your ranking, whatever, then that would be the issue. I agree with what F6 is saying with the starting point. If it's going off what you're saying, then maybe they can drop below what they actually are. They're just stick with that rank. But yeah,
I mean, it's not just that either. Like, it's just like maybe they're like you said, the internal Mars, like their way of the placement matches. But I still think all around it needs to be figured out because I don't think it's right just quite yet. Just by the way of playing it and how it feels, it just doesn't feel like it's 100% there. Like maybe they have something and they just need to keep building on it. But obviously, time will tell with that one.
I just think they should show the MMR like that. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's the same thing like Smite. Like everyone got pissed at Smite for the same reason, 8 years ago. They're like, why? Like this rank isn't really what matters. Like MMR is what matters. So why can't we show that? And then finally they did. Like season 7, 8, they just started showing you the MMR. Like I don't know. I feel like that would make it feel easier. Plus, it would make like Paragon leaderboards very easy to make. If you're Paragon, 5,000 MMR versus Paragon 4,000 MMR, like you can see just how much better you are than someone, right?
Right. I mean, like you said, it's just really the information just to know how it works, so you know how
Mhm.
to play the ranked mode
Yeah.
efficiently. So I don't know, but yeah, we'll see with the Pred report how that comes out. But
Yeah.
I mean, I've already
Curious.
posted feedback and a whole list of like things to work on, so we'll see. Just wait. Yes. But it does feel like ranked. It doesn't like I harp on like the bad things about it, but at the same time, if they open it up like 24/7, I think it'll be well, I don't think it'll be fine because obviously there's still a lot of factors that go into it. But like if you're still getting solid matches, still just feel like ranked. You're gonna lose, you're gonna win. Not really too much different. I do think right now though, it's more of time spent than it is skill, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, like if you're playing against another good duo queue, which like anytime like once you get past silver 3, you're playing against another good duo queue every game. You have I mean it's about playing the game, right? Not it's the game of like finding the bad player on the enemy team and farming them, right? Like that's kind of the like in ranked, that's kind of how you play the game. So like there's definitely like good and bad ways to sort of do that.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying there's not any skill involved, but I feel like it's too far and few between that like most of the time, like for instance, like you're saying a losing streak. I think I went on like an 7 or 8 losing streak, right? And from where I started off, and I think I was in the same spot when I started rank, like maybe like minus like 4 VP. And then all I had to do was win another game or two, and then I was promoted into a next match. So I was like, I don't feel like I got punished enough for losing my games, even though technically that's how they want it. I assume is to like be able to just level up out of there. But
Well, again, kind of
think
the way that it would work is if you lost enough for your internal MMR to reach your current rank, like for them to match up, you would start losing more. You wouldn't lose 5 VP a loss, you would lose 15 and you'd be gaining 25, right?
that didn't happen to me.
Exactly, yes. Like it happened to me. That's like I started gaining 22 and I started losing 10 instead of 7 in silver.
Okay. Well, mine's never did that because even in silver, I kept losing 7. 7 was the number I kept losing. I never got.
Yeah, no, mine went up when my internal MMR hit my visible rank. Like when they started matching up, the penalties and stuff get harsher because that's when the system thinks you're in place per se.
Okay. Well, yeah, they definitely need to like come out with something and be like, yeah, this is how it works because obviously since I never experienced that, I'll be like, oh no, right, you're wrong. But like, can't say you're wrong when you've seen it happen. So
that's again the way that the numbers changed makes me think that it's very, very similar to the way that Smite does it because that's how it would happen in Smite. So that's like my experience as far as like grinding ranked goes. So I don't know.
All right, I have to say this, especially with Giant Rockets being a guest of ours. Pinzo, you were saying it's all about the game and how you play it. It definitely made me think of Triple H and his theme song. So it's literally
water bottle, dude. I'm spraying.
right. I'm like, all right, that's exactly what I was thinking when you said that. So made me go there.
It's the game within the game. It's
right? No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying the words you said are part of a song.
And how you play it.
All right. Okay. So now, let's talk about the extra day where me and Johnny actually get to come in. Johnny, what are you most excited for with ranked in this situation that you actually get to play? Are you excited for it, or are you just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna give it a try, or like what are your thoughts on this?
For me, it's like a love-hate. Like I'm excited to play, but I know once I get in there, I'm gonna hate it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm excited to try it, but I'm probably gonna hate it. But I will continue to keep playing it because that's our problem. We keep coming back. So I love the pain, and I'm excited to try that ranked pain. You know?
Yes. I'm also excited to try it. I just want to kind of see where I'm at. You know, I want to know how far up out of bronze 3 I can actually be. You know, bronze 2-ish probably is what I'm guessing. I'll be there somewhere. You know, and
I think you get higher than that, Bearded. I'm gonna be honest.
All right, I appreciate that.
Having watched Bearded play and then having watched my ranked teammates play, I think Bearded hits like plat 5. I think like he gets up there.
Did you say plat 5?
Well, whatever the lowest plat is, 3.
Okay.
I
I'd say flat 5. Like, damn. I'm like, all right.
Smite's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, no, you're good. You're good. I just didn't know what you said. And I'll put it this way. I've never hit plat in any game that I've ever played. So
I'm just saying, man, the players I'm playing with, okay, listen, dude, they're on bypass. They're not.
All right, playing with some bots. Got it. I can win against bots. I've done that before.
Yeah, dude.
So, all right. Yeah, I'm in the same situation though, Johnny. Like that's kind of where I'm at. I'm excited to give it a try and see how it feels and interested to go from there. All right. Now, everybody here, what are your thoughts on the Thursday? Like we went from having it Saturday to having it Saturday and Sunday, and then now we jump Friday and we have it on Thursday, or we don't go to Monday. Like, what are your guys' thoughts on the selection?
I can explain that to you. Like, it's like a fun fact is that Friday is actually not the most populous night for gaming. It is Thursday night. People go out on Friday night, but on Thursday night you got to work in the morning, so people stay in.
You got to work in the morning on Monday nights too, and Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights. Like just why is Thursday that night?
Again, because Thursday is like statistically it's the most populous like gaming night of the week. Like as far as player numbers go, it's just kind of, I don't know. Again, people like go out on Friday, so they all stay in on Thursday, and so like if their data probably shows that Thursday has a whole lot of players playing.
Right.
Again, like Saturday and Sunday are probably more, right? But like on Thursday, it's probably their 3rd or 4th highest day. So like, that's why they jumped Friday.
I mean, I'm not complaining. It's finally, if they would have did it on Friday, I would have been like having again. And I say it this way, but that's because me and my wife have an agreement. Like we actually work together as, taking care of the kids. But like I would have to like talk to the wife, like, hey, like, is it okay if I go? I know the Friday, Saturday, Sunday to me is family time. Right. That's what Friday, Saturday, Sunday is for me. So like for me, like if they would have opened it up for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I still wouldn't essentially be playing ranked. I might be like, okay, hey, I've missed out the last 3 weekends of it. Are you okay with me at least playing Friday? One of those days, can I, is it okay if I go game? But because it hits Thursday, that's my normal stream time. Like I can stream, we can play rank mode. Like, let's go, let's give it a try. So it works out for me. So I'm happy that he did it. It was just an interesting, and I get it. I totally understand Friday's the night that the young kids that are gamers, they go out to the bar and hang out, whatever. Or, it's when you get paid and you want to go spend your paycheck. Like I get it, and that's when Johnny's, band's out playing and people are out watching his band. Like I understand that's what happens in Fridays, but I was like, you easily could have picked any of the, you could have went, again, you went Saturday, Sunday, you could have just went to Monday, or whatever. You kept going in that order, like, because Monday, again, it's a night that people go to work, like
skipping Friday entirely, like it's Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. That's ranked.
Yeah, they're not even. Yeah, Friday's not open. Friday is. It's just 3 days.
Keep it open like Thursday to Sunday. Like it's weird that we're skipping Friday. Like you might as well just keep.
I mean, it feels like they're just adding 1 day a week, and if they're just going off of data like that, I'm assuming they're just looking at player counts per day. I'm guessing Thursday was the next one on their list.
So the way it's a good thing, as in like overall, like. It's more rank time, and it's another day of the week where other players that can't play. That's all good and dandy. They said they're going to do it every week. They're going to reevaluate, open it more if they seem it. So I mean, on that part, it's good. But over, like when you look at it in like a deeper level, it's still not good because it's not like either like 24/7 or it's not continuous. And that's what majority of people want, is right, to be able to play at their own time, not a specific time. Because a lot now, what you're doing, like even with the first time, is what you're doing is you're, like Pins already said before in like the last Predcast, like that's their window probably where the most players play, right? Or like the best opportunity.
Right.
But at the same time, there's a lot of people that can maybe play in like a morning window or like a evening window, or like they don't have as much time as everybody else. So I still think it's bad in that aspect, that they didn't look to maybe change the times on a Thursday. Like,
right.
Okay. Or even change the time on a Sunday, right? Like, okay, we opened up on Thursday in the afternoon. Let's change Sunday to like a
morning one,
just to like like a morning or like early evening kind of thing.
Like what time would you say? Like, would you want to like totally flip it and be like 8 Eastern time and then open it for like 8 hours
early on Sunday? So it'd be more of like shift it like maybe like 3 or 4 hours to the left, somewhere
Okay.
between there.
Yeah, because right now it's open 3
Or-
p.m. right? So if we open instead of like opening it up at noon, right?
Yeah.
Or just literally flip it, having from it's from 3 to 11, having it from what was that? What is that? 8 hours? 3 to 11.
Yeah.
So then have it from 11, and then whatever 8 hours is from that would
Mm.
7. Have it from 11 to 7. Give that 8 hour section. And again that works again. If you do have the churchgoers on Sunday, that gives them time to get out of church and then come home, get their Sunday best off, and and jump right into it. But then you also have your people that are up and early, like you have your Soul Reapers, right? Soul Reaper is one of the top streamers on Twitch for Predecessor. So it's all free advertisement, and it's something that he can do. That's his stream time. Like if you have it during this 3 to 11 window, that's not his stream time. So if he's playing ranked, it's most likely not on stream. So you're not getting that ranked advertisement.
Not to
Yeah.
full potential. Yeah.
I mean, like the other thing to just keep in mind is that there's no NA West ranked, right? So the NA East time slot is filling in for everything to Pacific time.
Right.
Pacific time ranked starts at noon right now when it starts 3 Eastern. So like if you shift it back too far, then you're gonna miss out on a lot of those West players. So it's they're kind of in a box, right?
Yeah.
There's no there's not an awesome solution for
there's
them,
no winning,
no
really.
matter what.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
no
in
matter
that
what, they need
situation,
someone
if you're
to do
gonna,
that.
but you could still have it you could have it open for 12 hours on Sunday, from 11 to 11.
I would agree that I mean, again, I want to play more ranked, right? Like
Right.
it's not like
Yeah.
a secret. Like
No,
would
yeah,
love
I'm
for them
just-
to open it more. It's just like if this is the route they want to take, there's no solution where everyone wins.
For sure.
I mean,
Nope.
in
There's
a
no
nutshell, get your church done so you can get home in W key. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying there's 100% like solution.
There isn't.
But I'm saying there's more avenues that they can try
For sure.
and showcase that. So like, yeah, it might not win, but if with what you're doing now is still not the best solution, you might as well just go try a bunch of stuff and be like, do they like this? Do we not?
Yeah.
Because right now, all we have is
I
the same
think-
thing, right?
I think they're afraid of having to dial back, and dialing
They
back.
said that.
I
think that's an understandable fear.
Right,
Yeah.
and I think dialing. So right, I think they're. So again, let's just because there's some people like we can sit here and calmly have this conversation, and we're not like neither one of us are upset or raging or pissed or whatever, and in any way, right? We can have our opinions and be thoughtful and put our points out there, right? But there are people, if you go into like the Gen Chat Discord for Predecessor, there's people that are just like up in arms, bitching, complaining that it's not 24/7, right? And can't this game's gonna die because you're not doing this, blah blah, and pitchforks and crazy, right? Like we can have this conversation and we can suggest this, but these wildfires that are happening right now with these people with pitchforks complaining about not being 24/7 is going to be drastically different than if they were to open it up and then they were to take something away. When they take that away, those pitchforks, those wildfires are a lot harder to control in the situation from a company standpoint to like, hey, we're trying to get this, like we want to get everything under control. Like these wildfires, like, hey, these are just like, all right, we'll put this out here. Like again, these announcements, hey, ranked for this, ranked for ranks open 3 days now. That those are those wildfires are slowly going down because people are being able to partake in it in some sort of way when other people, the 24/7 people, they're not being satisfied, but the people like, hey, I can't play it on the weekends, like now they're being satisfied. They're like, hey, I can play now. I'm not as mad as I was, right? Those fires are coming down, right? But if you were to give everybody 24/7, all right, well, this isn't working. We're having issues with this. We have to take this away. And then everybody's like, what the fuck happened? This game's game's trash. You guys can't do anything,
Things, yeah.
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 So
Like
Yeah,
we can do the math, right? It's 5 weeks from now would be, if they continue adding 1 day a week, right? 5 weeks from now would be every day has a time slot, right?
Right.
Whether they decide to change time slots or whatever. So that would be like approaching the V21 patch, the hero after Terra. And so like if that's what they're trying to build up to, and then go like V21 ranked all the time 24/7, I mean, like maybe that's just the timeline they're on. Like that's close enough to where I feel like that could be a theory.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's
fair to
just like
say.
So, yeah, but like from my perspective, it's not even. I'm not like obviously like you said, most people are in pitchforks, but like I think a lot of it will be more or less. Even yes, like you said, it's slowly going to dwindle away. But I feel like there will be less fires if they were just more open about it. And like, hey, we're doing this hours or these hours because of this, and we can disagree with it, yes, but we have the information there, right? Because most of the time when we're on here, I think for the last 3 weeks, we've just been assuming things, right? Even when it comes down to like what Pinzo was saying, like he's figuring out internal MMR stuff, we still don't know, right? Like 100%, we're only like going by assumption of like, hey, they're doing these times because this is what probably works for them, right? Or this is probably the reason. But at the same time, like I keep saying, there's like no communication about it. So like all we're doing is guessing, and we don't have an answer to be like, okay, well this is why they're doing it. Makes sense to me. Okay, get off my horse of like, or my little soapbox, right? And be like, okay, I don't like this. Well, they told me why they're doing it, so I can't just be upset. Like, yeah, I could dislike it, but now I'm a little bit less irritated because I have an answer to why it's happening.
that blog post or whatever, like that ranked blog post could not come soon enough. Like,
Yeah.
at all.
100%, dude.
Like I said, they should have done that pred report or blog post way before they released this rank to be like, hey,
Yep.
this is why we're doing certain things, and this is
Well,
what
I think
I mean, either that or after the first week, right? Once they had a little bit of data from the first session, I would have been satisfied with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be like a full on like in depth. Like it can just be like, hey, after the first week, this is what we saw. We initially went with this because this is what we got in our numbers. We're gonna keep
Mhm.
evaluating, and then every week or so, be like, hey, this is what we got from ranked. This is what we're gonna change into, and that's why we moved this way. You don't have
And-
to tell me all details about it in the background, just enough to give me an answer to be like, okay, that makes sense, or okay, I can see your reasoning behind it.
And that's what Joey was saying on the podcast that he was on as a guest, is that it went from being, hey, ranked mode to then being test, you know, and that was like a quick transition right before it came out. Like it wasn't like, it's like, and that the blog post or whatever, that the ranked blog post that's supposed to be coming out, you know, sometime, don't know when, if that was put out beforehand explaining that it was a test and explaining that things can change, that would have helped a lot of these wildfires that are already currently happening, and it would have gave you that like excuse, quote unquote, because of lack of a better word, I can't think of it right now, you know, a better you know, reasoning too. If you have to dial it back, you already explained all of that, right? And you have something you can point to. Hey, boom, this time, this date, we said all this, you know. Now you shouldn't have to do that, but I mean, like, that's what you got to do in today's world, right? But if you have something that says, hey, this is a test, we're going to be working on it, we are doing our best to give you guys the 24/7 rank that you want, but we need to work on things that we need to get this data to figure it out. Opening up 24/7, bam, hey, something's not working, we see the data, bring it back. All right, now let's figure out whatever we got to do with that data, figure it out. All right, we'll open it up slowly, back, you know, open it back up slowly as it goes, you know, stuff like that. But that all could have been taken care of by doing that blog post earlier and not waiting. And like now people are waiting. It's like, what do we like? What's this information? How's this work? What's happening here?
Because we don't know when we're gonna get that information, right? Like they said a couple weeks. I'm like, I already know when they made it said a couple weeks. It might be like a month or two. Like it doesn't. I don't know what a couple weeks means.
Yeah, what does that mean?
So, yeah,
Right.
Like I said, it's more of like a communication thing than it is. I'm more upset about the communication than it is about the actual rank mode. Because everything I could deal with if you just tell me this is why. If
For
you
sure.
don't tell me why, then I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna assume this is it, and I'm gonna give you feedback based off of that.
All
Yep.
right, wait, I got a question that I just thought of.
All right.
Do you guys think that they allow Terra release day like that week for ranked, or do you
I was
think they
already going to ask this
are
question.
unpickable and ranked
Ooh.
for until a patch?
Well,
If they make her pickable and she's broken,
Yeah,
it's
Did-
just gonna be more hellfire, dude.
yeah.
I mean, but don't they already have? Did they?
Oh,
Who
yeah,
was
that's true.
who was the hero they released ranked with? Right.
Yeah, we're right.
No,
Those games already,
ranked came out
Grim.
after a patch after Aurora.
yeah.
Right, but I mean, Aurora wasn't like It's not like she was nerfed or anything like crazy.
They
Like,
buffed her.
oh, so they okay. So
Which blows my mind that even happened.
She did not be buffed. She did
Yeah.
not be buffed.
right, that's my point though. So
They were like, let's buff Magic Bruisers. They were already broken. That's okay.
right, so that's kind of my point. So I don't see them. My point, my answer is because they did that to Aurora, I don't see them making Terra unplayable in ranked when she comes to play available.
I think it'd be interesting because most games don't let you play new heroes.
Oh, no.
When like on the patch they're released.
No, not until they're finally balanced and fleshed out to where how they want to be in the
It's
game.
usually one patch. After a balanced patch, that's when heroes become playable in ranked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people or heroes in this patch that shouldn't be allowed.
I mean, that's fair, though. I mean, that's fair.
So you might as well just put Terra in at this point, even if she's broken.
I mean, if she's super OP, she just gets perma banned, right? Like that's kind of end of story.
So I mean, actually, I don't care if they put Terra in. They should.
Slick makes a good point.
Why not?
Slick makes a good point. The game itself isn't balanced right now, anyways. With the 6-item patch, 6 items, and then plus all the new items that were added, the game's not balanced as it is. Like they're still fixing that balance as we're going through all of this. And because before all of that happened, I would say, and I know Sockcap agreed with it, I would say the game was pretty well balanced before they added the 6-item slot and the new items. The game was, the heroes felt pretty decent. There wasn't any heroes that were like, oh my gosh, this hero's like straight OP. There was your strong heroes you had that were like definitely, hey, we're gonna ban this hero because that's the way the hero is. But now with that change, all that balance is all out of balance, and they need to get that rein back in, and that's going to take some time. That's something that's not going to they're not any team, not even Epic, as big as they are, would be able to all of a sudden bam snap their fingers and hey, it's balanced now with the changes that were made. It's going to take time and data to get that figured out. Well, that's true. But so you're right. So bad analogy. Right, I got it. I'm just saying I was trying to AAA company, all right, not Epic, wouldn't be able to do something like that. So even this small studios that Ometa is, it's going to take them time to get this balance in from that 6-item patch, and then plus all the new items and the hero balancing that happens. So it's going to take time for that to happen. So yeah, I think Terra will be available, but I do think I do hope down the road, once the game is in a balanced state and the heroes you have your strong heroes, but you don't have any OP heroes like Grim and Sparrow right now, that you get to a point that it's like, hey, when the new hero gets released, that hero is now, like you said, Pinzo, Paladins does it, and I know even Smite does it. Like, hey,
every game does.
Yeah, this hero is not available until after they get reworked.
Until a balanced patches come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, because they have all 3 modes, they have the other 2 modes to test out that hero to see even if it's balanced enough for ranked. So
like most games, generally speaking, drop heroes hot because if the hero comes out and it's your first time playing it and the hero is perfectly balanced, it will feel weak.
Yeah,
because you don't know how to play it yet.
Yep.
So they drop heroes hot to make them feel good while you're learning to play it, and then once you learn to play it, it's probably a little OP on the patch on which it drops. That's just kind of like the standard. So if you let it into ranked as a little overtuned, once people figure it out, it's definitely broken, right? Stuff like that, right? So if they try to release Terra a little softer,
hopefully,
so that she can be right into ranked, but I don't know.
I mean, you can already tell she's OP. We haven't gotten to the trailer yet, but you can already tell. Like, it's an OP character.
The fact that she was just running at Grux with no care in the world. Yeah, that's fine.
Dude, she's gonna suck, dude. She's gonna hurt.
Well, it depends too. For me, if she's good in offlane and jungle, then it'll be more of a must ban because the enemy team has 2 people who could pick her high up on the list, right?
Yeah.
Versus something like Grim that's like really good as a carry but super exploitable as a mid laner. Like if only your mid is your top pick, then like you can pick the Grim, but you should get dumpstered, right? But if Terra's good in both roles, then it's you have 2 people. But you have a 40% chance instead of a 20% chance that someone is first pick that can grab them, right? Like
it's like Megan says in chat here, the Terra curse, man. She's cursed.
She's not cursed.
So-
You can stop it.
Game.
You can stop it.
Say this right now.
She didn't kill Fault.
They're cursed.
Okay.
I think it's just the name Paragon that's cursed.
Yeah,
I don't
true,
know.
true.
That's
they're-
well. Fault didn't have the name Paragon either.
It's got to be Orb. It's got to be Orb, right?
Yeah.
Is
has to
it?
be
Wait,
Orb.
no, that's over. I was thinking it.
No, it's not Orb. Fault Elder Orb.
Fault was Elder Orb for a
Right.
bit, but it's not Orb Prime. It's Over Prime. Fuck, I thought
Yeah.
it was onto something. Shit.
Nope. It's just not Terra. All right.
Disregard.
And Omeda's gonna prove that. All right. They're gonna break this curse because this girl. Oh my god, dude. I love playing her in Paragon.
Menace.
She looks sick.
Oh, looks so fun. That's the problem.
All right, so as we're seeing in the video, as we're showing it on stream right now, we see she's got a root and she's got a stun. She's got CC immunity, and
So crazy.
she's got a shield block.
That dash, dude.
Well, she has like a Brigitte dash. It's like a micro stun.
Yeah, and I think it's only a stun if you hit into something, maybe, or you don't, because it's not a stun automatically. Every stun that I saw was like when they got pushed into a wall, right? Kind of like
It stunned the guy under core in the Quang tether.
Yeah.
Did it? Okay. All right. So I'm wrong then. All right.
It's like a micro stun. I mean, it's
Right.
just like a boom. It's a crunch dash.
Got you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have it on loop while we're talking.
Minions, though, that's gonna be kind of rough
Wait,
to
the
play
root?
against. No, the stun. Like if you can dash through the minion wave, you
Oh.
can damage the wave and get a stun. That's kind of
Well, she has 3 damaging abilities, right? So like I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's just I feel like she's gonna be better steel if that's true. Like,
Well,
I mean,
so-
we'll have to see damages, right? It's like
I think so. I'm looking at it, right? So you can see on her far left, she's got some kind of stacking passive, right?
does go through minions. Yep.
Right. And I know she's got a shield block, but then she's also got a charge with that shield, right? So, like, is she able to charge every time? Or is it.
where are you seeing a block?
I think she.
But that's what she does. She blocks as the Rampage Rock in the beginning, right? She
That's like a cinematic.
But I don't think it is just a cinematic. I think it is. I'm guessing. I could be completely wrong, but I'm guessing.
That's cinematic. I think that's how it is.
I think if, like, let's say you don't have any passives, you can only use it as a block. But if you have your passive built up, you're able to use it as a charge as well.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know either.
That'd be good.
I don't know either. I mean, I'm just thinking. I think there's something. There's a passive for something. Like there's her passive stacks on something, right? What it stacks up on, we don't know until we get the hero release. But there's some stuff going on there.
I mean that ranged root just seems crazy to me.
Oh,
like
not
that's
good.
that is the one ability that I'm scared of.
Exactly. When
What
she
if it's
throws
lock
that
on,
axe
Ninja?
and roots and then dashes, that's gonna
It does
stop.
not look like a lock on. You can see her cast it through the whole
Yeah.
duration, so like it doesn't look like a lock on.
That route, like, it goes
crazy.
It goes through. It's far, but it also goes through the minions and it roots the minions as well.
Minions, yeah.
Does it only go through minions, or is it a piercing, like, goes through? If there's 2 heroes in that area,
If it's CC, I would imagine it stops on a hero.
I mean, that's what I would imagine as well, because it doesn't show you. But I'm just wondering, like, I'm seeing it stopping. It's going through minions and rooting minions, like it's like a piercing the minions.
I would imagine it would stop on a hero.
It has.
Okay.
Ability like in any other MOBA, an ability like that would stop on a hero.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that it goes through the minions, like because like a Decker
it's a
Ball,
clear
a Decker
ability.
Ball doesn't go through minions. You know, it hits a minion and it. I mean, I guess it does, but it doesn't do the stun. If you're not in that area, you're not getting stunned by it. You know, like that stun doesn't. It's not like it, because in Fault, right? You could bounce it and it go through the minions and have it do damage going through the minions, and then if it hit the hero, then it would stun the hero. Like here, it's like an instant stop on the minion. So just something I was noticing. I don't make her OP as all hell, because I'm playing her and this is my girl and I'm excited to have her back, dude.
If she had like Lux root on a tank like that, I would be pissed. Like if that could hit multiple.
What is a Lux root? Can you explain that to asking for a friend?
Exactly that. It's a ranged skill shot, and it will root. It'll hit the first 2 heroes.
Okay.
It'll hit 2 people.
Got you.
Or maybe that's, I don't know if that's a Lux. That might be, is that Morgana that can hit 2 people? I don't know. One of those heroes has a root that hits 2 people.
Okay.
And it's like, if that was the case, I would be pissed. That ability needs to only hit 1 person.
Got you.
All I know
It's
is
insane
she's
that it
about
looks
to be a
so
menace.
OP. Oh, absolutely. Like when you can see that it's OP in the trailer. Like,
Well, okay,
dude,
in the trailer, whoever's playing that is like,
Yeah.
at some point, they're like 13-2.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's going to look OP, okay?
I'm talking about like kit wise, as in like when you're looking at it from like an even like perspective. Like if I have her in a 5v5 team fight, do I see my team just winning that because she's there, kind of thing?
Yeah.
I mean, it
And I feel like
depends
she
what
has-
her ult does, right? Like we can see what the rest of her abilities do. The ult, we just don't know exactly what it does. That's the one question that I have.
I know it's on a long ass timer because I was seeing.
You can see that shit count down. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a long ass timer to have all.
I know during. I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm assuming to keep her to the true Terra form that she was. CC immunity is her ult. Like that's the one thing. But
I know that's what
when
it
you
was.
slammed
The
it
question is, does do
down
something else.
during the time you slammed your hood down, I believe there was a shock wave that happened in a small AoE around you, which would then be a stun. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's what I remember happening in Paragon. No, actually, I don't think that, because I think her stun was her slamming. She would slam her shield, and there'd be like a cone area in front of her that would be a stun. That was her CC at that time. And then she had her axe. She would swing her axe, and then one swing, and then a swirl swing, and then a chop down. That was what her Q pretty much was. And then she had her dash, or her dash.
I'm
It's
wondering
like
the passive though.
Her Q just seems more of like a spurt, like she just kind of like does like a 2 spins or whatever. It doesn't seem like it's the normal like swing, come around, swing, and then come down hard on it. It doesn't seem that normal way. Anyways, we can pull it back up, but like that's not what I saw.
I mean, just
For
that route to dash is just nasty, man.
Yeah,
that's wild.
That is so crazy.
It depends on like how long the route is and how fast the dash startup is. If it's like a steel dash where it's like pretty slow, then maybe
slow it
it's
down.
not quite as insane. But the dash, like the actual movement, is fast.
Yeah.
That route is longer than a second.
all right, hold on.
Well, you can see how much damage it's doing as well. Once, like when the axe.
Well, that's
connects.
my other question. Is like if her ult is a stim. I mean, if it gives her like power while she's CC immune, that's where I'm like, okay. Let's calm down a little bit, right? Like that.
I hope
That's
it
what I'm
gives
worried about.
protections instead of power, because I think that would make her more viable as a tank
Yeah, like see that's
if it gives
crazy.
her
and then
protections.
Boom. Yeah, I guess it is very similar to her old one then. Now that I slowed it down and looked at it. You said that route is longer than a second. She ties it in really well together. I'm gonna put it back at full speed. She ties it in really well together with the dash and get full speed, not 0.25.
I mean, that's a crazy engage. Like again, fingers crossed that her axe only hits 1 person, right?
Right.
But like, that's still a
root
crazy
and then
catch
stun
someone tool. Because roots in this game are cripples too, right? Like you can't dash when you're rooted. You
Right.
can't flash. So like if you get rooted, you're getting dashed, and then it's just like, okay, now what?
especially when you're queuing that up like behind the fog wall, dude. Like that's insane. The ganks coming out of her, dude, is gonna be gnarly.
That range
She-
is kind of.
I am noticing.
I mean, it looks like auto range to me.
Yeah.
I mean, still, it's for a root.
For a
geez,
melee
well,
character engage
yeah.
ability, yeah.
Like all bases are covered with her essentially.
And I
Like,
can
you-
dash
mean,
into you after I root you, bro. Like,
Well, we just found the replacement for rock hook. Now it's just gonna
Yes.
be Terra axe hook every game, and
Yes.
it's like,
that means it looks like she could play support. I mean, it looks like she could have 3 roles, in my opinion. Like,
Absolutely.
easily.
her numbers will depend on whether or not she can
Yeah.
play support, in my opinion. But like, just because like as a support you have to like I don't know, she has to be
Have a certain scale.
her base numbers have to be good enough so that she can be behind in levels and still be useful and stuff like that, right? But like
Correct.
if her CC is good enough, then I don't see why she couldn't play support.
Yeah. No, I definitely think she's. I mean, people will play almost anything in support, anyways. People will play
I think
Grux.
90% of heroes
People will
in
play
support in
Grux
this
and
game.
support and Faye and
It
yeah.
slaps.
So I mean, like people will do it. I'm not saying it's the greatest. I'm not saying it's the best. I mean, I definitely think she's playable in support just because she does have CC in her kit, and you can do that, right? I do think that she's going to be more. I think she's a solo laner, and I think she's going to be viable jungle. That's what I think, because I think that's kind of what she was when she played in Paragon. And I think what really comes down to her being jungle is just her clear times, if she's going to be a great pick or not in jungle.
Well, it depends for me. If was her dash doing damage to minions in those clips? Was
I
that
don't
paying
know.
attention?
I don't know.
It was.
It was.
doing
So
it,
if she
yeah.
has 3 damaging abilities that hit minions, like that's where, like I feel like you could just like, of course you could play her jungle. Like with 3 damaging abilities, it's like how bad can your clear be?
Right.
Yeah, like your first 2 levels maybe be a little bit rough, but after that, kind of just on pace. Maybe a little bit behind the other jungler, but this is the difference between an aggressive jungler.
I mean, it's just like it's like you think of characters like Steel and Sev who only have 2 damaging abilities, and like Sev's Q, of course, is kind of like on a 0-second cooldown, but you're right,
So
it's like
makes
their
up
clear
for
is
it.
actually still not bad with 2 damaging abilities. So with 3, I feel like unless her abilities do 0 damage, I don't see how she couldn't be played jungle.
But you
Yeah.
gotta think too. Think of that crest item too, right? I mean, that's a huge. That thing slaps in minion clears as well. Like when I'm playing
Yeah.
Zara's jungle, I use the heck out of judgment.
If she just goes judgment, yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be. It's insane, man.
I've yet to use Judgment in standard mode. I've been playing a lot of Brawl mode still.
I love
That shit's
Judgment,
OP.
dude.
I've been playing a lot of Brawl mode, so I use Judgment in Brawl mode, but
Assassins with judgment are wild. It's so
Dude,
crazy to me.
It's ridiculous how broken that thing is.
It's just crazy to me. It's like, oh, I
10-second
built
cooldown.
penetration, and now my judgment hits for 500 because I have
Yeah.
perforator, and it's like, okay, yeah, right. That sounds fair. Like I legitimately at one shot like a level 15 carry playing Fang Mao the other day. I actually dash auto E judgment and she died. I was like,
Wow.
all right, yeah, okay.
Who needs an ult when you have judgment?
Dude, it was crazy.
Exactly.
I ulted. I didn't think she was gonna die. I just ulted the air.
Ah, damn, rip.
I was like, well, there we go. That's fine. That's fair.
Just for extra measure, dude.
nice.
I was like, yeah, I can definitely just one shot this guy because I had envy, so it's like, you know, she's silenced, and then it was like, nope, she's just dead. Malady OP. I'd like 20 Malady stacks. She just instantly popped.
Yeah.
That character is
feels-
broken, by the way.
I mean, what's the
Fang Mao's
cooldown on that
plus
judgment?
tier.
10 seconds? It's insane, dude. Like,
Late game, it's 10. Yeah, it scales with your level.
man,
Fang Mao's a hit or miss though. You're either good at them or you're trash. There's
Yeah.
no in between.
Yeah.
You're not. There's no between.
I legitimately think that's like one of the best heroes in the game right now. I'm not gonna lie. As long as judgment is as good as it is, I just don't understand how he couldn't be.
Yeah. The fact that the cooldown on it just makes it ridiculous, man.
Well, the cooldown's good. It makes it you clear minions. Again, it's just like on Fang Mao specifically, it's just like you just dash and click every button, and then they just it actually explodes people. It's so crazy.
Essentially, you're correct on that.
Okay. I'm excited for my girl. That's all I can say. I think we had somebody come in chat here and said, let me roll up here real quick.
It's a week from yesterday, right? Next Tuesday.
July
The
2nd. Yep.
second?
dude, that's my birthday. She comes out on my birthday, man. It's meant to be.
It's meant to be.
You're never
Cry-
gonna get a picker.
I know.
Cryonic 13 says,
bots just a player.
right? Cryonic 13 says, Terra had a stun before she would hit the ground. Then she could swirl her axe and then block an ability that was her Paragon kit. So, yeah.
Block one ability is a sick ability. I think parries are so cool in MOBAs.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Not on Greystone, it's not.
No, I mean,
Well, that's
like,
blocking
like
basic, though.
A passive.
Yeah,
passive parry
that's
is
just
kinda
blocking and
boring.
basic. That's not block. He doesn't block an ability with that. Like, you literally can, like, you see an ability happening, like, boom, It's the same thing with Grim. Grim with his orb, you know.
Grim Bubble is like, I don't know. Grim Bubble's a little different to me because it is reactive, but it lasts so long that it doesn't like it feels like a dissuasion rather than a true parry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Spellbreaker or something.
Right.
Yeah, kind of. Right. Like it's just like something you have to pop rather than like I don't know, like a true parry. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that.
All right. Well, we are going to have another show next week because we're going to have patch notes, and I'm hoping we're going to have a little hero overview video that we're going to be able to go
out next week. I mean,
well, I know. Oh yeah, by the time so we'll have the hero will be out next week.
Podcast.
That is holy cow, that is the second. Holy July is going to be next week. Holy shit! All right, crazy.
4th is next Thursday.
So yeah, so all right. In that situation, 4th is next Thursday. So yeah, we'll be all right. We're going to try to have a show next week because we do have a holiday coming up. So that's obviously Thursday, but people might have stuff going on. We'll talk to the guys. We'll see what's going on. So show next week, hopefully going over patch notes, going over hero, going over my opinions on rank because I got to play rank. And then we'll go from there. But we do want to keep doing these shows a little more frequently. So we're going to cut these down a little shorter than what we've been doing with the full 2 hours, which I think, I don't know what our time is right now. Just over an hour, which is kind of where I wanted to be. So we're going to end this one here. So I want to, I want F6 and Pinzo to, on their outros, I want them to give a little information to somebody who hasn't played ranked that might dabble ranked on Thursday. Give them a little like pointers, tips, you know, to not be creatures or cran eaters. We don't want that to happen, right? So give them information. Johnny, I want on your outro, I want you to just give little words of wisdom from your side of the stream, from what you got going on, and then let them know where they can find you, what you got going on, and your schedule from here on out that you know of anyways, and then we'll get going from there. So outro is the same way we came in, and we'll go from there.
Okay, starting with me. Again, thanks for having me, guys. This has been great. Huge fan of the show. I've been watching for a long time now. But my name is Johnny Rockets. Again, I play in a touring rock band. When I'm not doing that, I am sitting in this chair playing Predecessor. You can catch me over on Twitch under Johnny Rockets TTV. I stream Monday to Thursday, sometimes Friday. You'll never see me on Saturdays. But yeah, typically Monday to Thursday you can catch me over there. I'm a late streamer. I'm in Pacific time, so I usually start about 10 o'clock at night, so you know we're DGens over there. But yeah, I'm Johnny Rockets, man. Thanks for having me on here, guys, and hopefully I'll catch you over in my streams, and you know, we can chat it up.
There you go. Hey, yeah. Happy to have you.
It's great to have you in.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm Pinzo. You guys can catch me at Pinzo on all my socials, all that kind of stuff. I stream a lot of days at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so you guys can catch me there on Twitch. Other than that, as far as like words of advice, if you can, I highly recommend turning on chat and typing when you need help. Like truly,
yes.
like please, if you are struggling, like if you're especially like if you're in the off lane and you don't know how to play off lane, right? You got 50-50 or whatever. If you need a gank or you need someone to walk to your lane or your lane is frozen or something like that, like for the love of God, if you ask, it makes the game really easy. Like hopefully someone on your team will help you, fingers crossed. But at the same time, it's like you can ask, and that like it does a lot more than sitting there and staring at a frozen wave for 20 minutes, right? Like and being 0 CS. Like it's crazy. I had a Xeris in one of my games. He died once on wave 1, which is like, yeah, that's a bummer. But then he was 12 CS at 10 minutes, like legitimately, right? So because he just got frozen the whole game. And it's like if he pings or types or whatever that he needs help, like it's just someone on the team will try and help you. So I don't know, that would be my word of advice. Don't get chat banned either, so that you can actually type for help.
There you go. That's the biggest thing about that.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, couldn't have said any better. name's F6. I stream over on Twitch. Catch me on Predcast on Wednesdays or whenever we do it. And catch me over at PCC whenever we cast or any other Predecessor tournament usually. But my words of wisdom for ranked, it's a real simple game. You play around objectives. Literally, if you win majority of the objectives, more than likely you'll win the game as long as you don't feed too much. I mean, it's very, especially like where everybody's starting out, you're not going to get like a full 5 stack sweaty going at you at that point. So if you just play around objectives and just try and stay safe whenever it's objective time, more than likely you'll probably win that game if you just play together around objectives. I think that's like the biggest thing. I've seen people just run away from objectives to clear waves. It's actually mind-boggling to me. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Real quick on Pinzo's situation of messaging. Do your best to message for help and not like be toxic about it. And if somebody's being toxic back with you, just ignore that person, right? All you can do is ask for help and then see if somebody's able to help out, right? Don't play into their like, hey, don't get goaded into having a fit back and forth in texting, right? That's the biggest thing, right? That's why texting is turned off automatically, is because people don't know how to actually talk. And
again, there's a difference between asking for help and
right.
being like, jungle chasm, I'm not playing AFK.
Exactly.
Yeah,
100%.
Good game,
No.
cancel that bot.
There's a big difference between asking for assistance, which like everyone needs assistance. I mean, like if your lane's in a bad state and you're like, if you're losing your matchup, whatever, like it doesn't matter if you're really, really good and the person you're playing against is a lot worse than you. Like you can just get boned. So like again, asking for help is real. Like
100%.
I do it in PCC all the time. Hey, my wave's screwed. Can someone walk over here? Right? It's that simple.
Yep. Nope. Completely agree. As for myself, softball is finally over with, so my stream schedule should be getting back to normal Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesdays, we're going to be trying to do our Predcast, but we do eventually somewhere in the future, we're going to have to do a Thursday episode because I'm trying to get a guest on, and when their Wednesdays are all tied up. So we'll have to do it on a Thursday sometime, but we got to figure out when that's going to be, and we'll get to that. But on that note, again, happy be back streaming. The last couple streams, I did the Chain Together, and I did it solo. It's actually a pretty fun game. It's pretty entertaining, but it's definitely funner with other people involved. But still a good game. It is like $4.49 on Steam. So if you guys like looking for a good team game, that one's fun and enjoyable while you're waiting for rank to be open 24/7. That's something you can do. You can learn to climb those ranks, because that's what I did. I went from hell. That's where I'm at right now in Predecessor, and I'm trying to get out of there. So that's what I'm going to do on Thursday. But other than that, thank you all for coming. If you've gotten this far, either on the Twitch chat or in the YouTube chat, leave a GG for Windu. Let Windu know that you all appreciate him as well. He wasn't able to be here. We understand that. So shout out to our guy. But leave a GG in chat, and we'll see you all on the next one. Peace.
Bye.